I am becoming a mangaka in one day. If you don't know what a mangaka is or a manga is, I'd like to see the size of the rock that you live under since it's pretty popular, but I'll tell you anyways. A mangaka is a person who creates manga, and a manga is a style of Japanese comic books and graphic novels, typically aimed at adults and children. Some popular mangakas that you might know are Gege Akutami, the writer and illustrator behind Jujutsu Kaisen. It's very, very popular, and I am one of those fans that partake in the content.
You know, I love it. I have so many posters and figures.
The next mangaka that you might know is Naoko Takeuchi, and she is the artist behind Sailor Moon. Honestly, one of the most prettiest manga animes to ever exist. Honestly, it's so historical. I love Sailor Moon. And a more popular one recently is Kai Urana. This artist is kind of new to me. I'm not sure if it's new to everyone else, but she is the artist behind Gachi Akuta, which is pretty trendy right now, and honestly for a good reason. It's a crazy unique style, and I've never seen like a style like this animated, and I feel like it kind of reminds me of how unique Demon Slayer is. My goal today is to make one singular manga sheet to the best of my abilities with the help of today's sponsor, Skillshare. Since I'm learning a new art form, Skillshare can help me pick up on techniques I probably would have struggled with otherwise. Skillshare has creative classes taught by amazing world-class creatives like professional illustrators, renowned graphic designers, and successful entrepreneurs. I'm currently taking the Sketchbook Fillers Club by Dylan Myers-Winsky, where she teaches you guidelines to create stunning spreads so that you don't have to go through the same trials and tribulations to learn the same exact thing. I definitely recommend you joining Skillshare to try out the classes for yourself. As the first 500 people to use the link in my description or scan this QR code will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, plus a 20% off your first payment. This is only valid for November, so if you're looking to try out Skillshare, this is your chance. Thank you, Skillshare. First step to becoming a mangaka: study and collect references. So the first thing we need to do is find some references, and I'm going to be doing that on Pinterest. So the first batch of references I want to find is of manga, but on Pinterest. I'm gonna make a Pinterest board that kind of give me some inspiration throughout this drawing process. First of all, I really like this art style. Create a new board. Manga sheet. Guys, I'm probably gonna blur some stuff because, yeah. Create. Okay, so manga sheets created. First of all, this is very cute manga sheet. Did I put mango sheet? I think I did. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna click into this, and hopefully I find more manga sheets. And yes, I did. This manga sheet is very cute. I just want to scroll a little bit before I go into a specific one. Okay, so I really like this manga sheet, so I'm gonna save this one. This one's pretty cute too. I like the body breaking the thing. This one's also very cute manga sheet because I want to do a one. Oh, this one's really cute too. Okay, so I'm definitely doing a full body breaking the borders. Gachi Akuta actually has a lot of good manga inspiration. Okay, oh, this one's cute. This is so cute. Oh my gosh, I am taking a lot of Gachi Akuta. I think that's because I'm clicking into it, obviously. Okay, this one's actually really cute as well. This kind of is the vibe that I thought of, like one of my story ideas. Cause yeah, we got to create a story also for me to make a manga out of. Manga sheet, yeah. So yes, I'm just gonna keep scrolling around and finding more inspirations.
This looks pretty cool. This one is pretty cool, pretty cool. I want to go back. No, not all the way back. I think I have enough. Yeah, I think this is enough inspiration.
So that's all the inspiration I'm going to take from Pinterest. We have a pen board. There's the pen board that we created, but now it's time to get into another way for me to get some inspiration, and I'm going to get that inspiration from my own manga collection. Okay, so here is my very small manga collection. You know, it's not the biggest or the strongest, but it does the trick. You know, I just started kind of collecting this year. I didn't really think I would get into that, but here I am with some books. I have Jujutsu Kaisen, Oran Host Club, Kiss Him Not Me, and Cheeky Brat. I also have the official character guideline for Jujutsu Kaisen because it was pretty affordable at the time. I'm not going to take out too many. I think I'm just going to take out a volume of Jujutsu Kaisen and a volume of Oran Host Club. Oran School Host Club, because I have a Mikasa, a figure right underneath my manga, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't want to fall down. This is kind of like a sneak peek on what you're going to get in my desk tour. I won't be doing a desk tour for quite a long time. When I do drop the desk tour video, you'll know why I'm waiting a long time. But these are two mangas that I picked out. Let's flip through these. But step 2, make a sketch and a story. Okay, so when thinking of a story, I have some OCs, like, you know, in my head that I just haven't put on paper yet. If you recently saw some of my shorts, I do have a pink-haired OC that I'm working on, but that story and that whole thing is pretty, like, I would say gory, and I wanted to just go with something simple. I wouldn't even say gory, it's just crazy. I just wanted to go with something more simple and easy and lighthearted. So I came up with this character and everything. Upon like drawing her and stuff, she kind of like a garu. If you know what a garu is, and yeah, you know the vibe that I'm talking about. I just gave her these big curly hair because I mean, I know how to draw that type of hair, so I just went with everything that is easy for me to draw. So that was like a skirt, a baggy shirt, big curly hair, bang, and you know, just like, you know, my basic drawing stuff just to create that character. And I think overall it turned out good. The premise behind this story is that she's going out to try her favorite food at a new restaurant, and yeah. Okay, so here is my drawn out manga. I finished doing the sketch. This was very hard, but I'm having a lot of fun, and since it's all line art now, it's gonna be a hopefully easy sailing. Hopefully I don't run into anything else. But let's look at the materials that I have. So I have these satin grip gel pens. I got them from Marshalls. They were only $5, so I picked them up. I bought these off of Amazon. It's a Sky List, and they're for comics, so I thought I'd get these. Look at the cute little iguana. I'm not quite sure how to use these yet, but I will. And then I got some ink, because you need ink for that, and hopefully this ink works. So I'm going to do some test strokes with this to see how everything, all my supplies, is working. The video, like, you need a lighter to create smoother lines. I'm not gonna bust that out unless like I absolutely find out that I do need it. Is it a needed eraser? Oh no, I kind of wanted it to be a needed eraser. I think on the back I told you what the thickness of each line is, but this is in Japanese, I believe, so I don't think I would be able to read it anywho. Oh my gosh, this is like very intimidating. I think I'm going to go for the smallest. Ooh, this goes onto here. Yum. Okay. Oh. Okay. There we go. First ink pen assembled. I guess I'll go with this one. Oh my gosh. Yum. Stick that on. Okay. So let me pop open the eraser. Lines to see how it erases. Oh, it erases pretty good for the most part. So I'll probably be using this because it's pretty clean. Okay. Now let's open up these that I got from the clothing store. I hope they work good. Usually when I get markers and stuff or like whatever from like these stores that sell discount art supplies, they usually always work good if it's just good art supplies. Pretty cool. Okay, they feel a little cheap, but only time shall tell. Okay, got that removed. Now it's time for the real test. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, pretty good. Okay, I probably will be relying on these a lot as this is very intimidating. I'm really scared to open this up over top of my drawing. So I'm going to just lay my other sketchbook over top of this sketchbook. I'm going to turn to an empty page. And let's open this up. Okay. Oh, it's so scary. Oh my gosh. Oh, should I shake it? Guys, this is probably either something that I should do or shouldn't do. I'm just gonna shake it up. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So I believe you dip it. Okay, I'm gonna dip. And it seems to be a little droplet. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. Okay. Okay. Oh! Oh my gosh. Yo! It's working! I think I need to like look at some more tutorials and stuff. Whoa. Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to let it sit and like absorb. Okay. I'm not sure if these lines are crisp as freak. I'll tell you that much. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, guys, this is actually really cool. Oh, if you turn it this way, you get a crazier line. What? Oh, I think I was using it wrong this whole time. I think you're supposed to use it this way. Okay, so I found out the right way to use it. That's the wrong way. That's the right way. Oh my gosh! Yo, I'm a mangaka! Oh my gosh, I'm actually kind of tweaking right now. Let's try the thinner one. I'm just gonna sit it in there. Pull it out. I don't even know what is supposed to, if that droplet is supposed to be there or something. Okay, so I'm getting nothing. Okay, so maybe that droplet is supposed to be there. I'm scared. So, oh, that is not good. Okay. I see it opening up. Why is it like not holding ink? It's so small, like I don't think it holds ink that well. Yeah, this one's like not working that well. Okay, never mind. What? Okay, so I think the trick is you need to allow that bubble. Whoa. What? Whoa. Let's compare that to the pen. Oh. Okay, right here. Guys, I'm actually tweaking. It's just as good, honestly. The pen actually has more striations and inconsistencies in my opinion. I'll let it hit the thing so that it, whoa. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. I think I have enough practice to actually start. Guys, I'm really scared, but you gotta do it scared if you're gonna do it at all. So let's get down to business.
Last step, line art all the sketch lines. Okay, so after a lot of like practicing with the lines and strokes, I was pretty confident for the most part. The worst thing that could possibly happen at this point is, you know, messing up the line art. And what I mean by that is like drawing a line that wasn't necessarily sketched, and that did happen. And then the second thing I was mostly worried about was like an ink drop happening where like the ink like creates a bubble or something on the page, which is like annoying, and I would hate to have to cover that up. Spoiler, it did not happen, thanks be to God, and I did not have to troubleshoot for any of that. As you can see, for a lot of like the hatches that you would use like tone screen for, I had to use a ruler to help me get that perfect consistent line. Of course it's not perfect, but I do think it did a good job to get that, you know, consistent straight line, because I don't think I would have been able to get those straight lines on my own. But like I was saying, I do have a story cooking up in my brain, in my notes app, but I just don't have time to actually make the characters. I just put a couple like videos aside to create my OC with the pink 2 hair, and the story is going to be very different from my usual, like, I guess, aesthetic. I feel like a lot of people would see my page and like see the art I create and think I would create like a shoujo manga, like a day in a life type of manga, or what's the thing where it's called, I forgot what it's called, the genre, but you know what I mean. But this is like completely different. I feel like it's more of like a shonen type of, you know, vibe, and I think it's like it's completely different than my vibe that I guess present. So when that does come to light in that project and the characters start to become developed, it's going to be very fun to see everyone's reaction. And also I'm just really curious to see if people will like it, or yeah, just stuff like that. It's going to be very crazy and very fun. And I was supposed to do it this year, but as you know, we only have one more year left. I mean, one more month left in a year. So, and I didn't schedule any time for my OCs to be visualized and drawn. So it's definitely a 2026 project, but I'm definitely going to start building that and world building and stuff like that come 2026, and I'm just really excited to do so. And the funny thing is about my manga is that I've been working on the villain characters more than the actual protagonists and the like main side characters, and that's just because I don't know why, but I feel like the main character can't look too goofy, but you can make the villains look the most devious and like crazy looking, because you know they're not going to be showing up that much, so it's not like you have to draw their devious outfits all the time. But when you make a main character, it needs to be simple enough that you can redraw it a bunch, but detailed enough that they're unique and the viewer can get attached to their personality and their appearance at the same time. So I'm really excited, honestly. Doing this project where I'm just dipping my toe into the waters of manga drawing and stuff like that is actually very fun. I think come 2026 is going to really be a lot for me, because I want to actually start animating, and there's other animation projects that I have planned and stuff like that. So this is honestly me opening up a gateway to a new craft and everything like that, and hopefully it just turns to something crazy. But yes, this was a lot of good practice. I think this simple, cute story really was the best thing I could do, and I think it conveyed the proper story. I think it's a followable story, because even my sister, when she saw the page on my sketchbook, she was able to say, oh, this is what happened. I was like, yeah, that is what happened. So the manga sheet actually conveyed a story. So yeah, as you can see, I drew a big bowl of food, and that's because I know that I'm comfortable with drawing food. I like drawing food. It is like a hidden talent of mine that I kind of like stepped away from, because it became like my personality for a while. So I had to like a little bit of a break from drawing food, but it's definitely my first love when it comes to drawing. It's one of the things that really got me back into my groove, so I had to add that to the piece because I knew I would nail it. And honestly, it was my favorite part, despite having a bunch of other things that could be cool. The food was definitely the main character for me. Drawing the char on the sausages with the pen and like all the hatching, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. And I definitely think I would just be doing ink videos, like shorts and stuff. Like, I'm going to definitely let this ink go to use. I'm not going to just let it sit on my shelf. I'm probably going to use the whole ink. I'm serious, because this was actually really fun. And honestly, even though the end product wasn't perfect, just the process was fun enough for me to continue to do that. You know, when like you're drawing and you know it's not going to turn out perfect, but you like to just see the art supplies in action. I think that's how I felt about this, because it's not my best work, but it's not bad. So it's like, you know, it was fun, so it made up for the product not being the perfect image that it was in my head. Now, I do believe that this is pretty good for a traditional manga sheet, being so a lot of the manga sheets that I was referencing and took inspiration with were actually done digitally. So I gave myself a little slack there, because I was doing it traditionally, and there's things and limitations that I couldn't quite do, especially because I didn't order any tone paper. In the next video where I explore more manga stuff, if you guys like this one, even if you guys don't like this one, there is always going to be one person that I could make another video for, but I will definitely order some screen tone. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much like sticky paper that isn't too sticky, and you can apply it to your drawings and then use an X-Acto knife to cut the areas that you want it to be, so that you don't have to shade it or do anything. It'll just shade the spot in for you. But since I didn't have that, as you can see, I'm using acrylic markers. Not acrylic, I'm using alcohol markers, because you know they get that translucent coverage and they have the toned color kind of. The only difference is it's not like a pattern, because some of the screens have hatching, some of them have polka dots or micro dots that are so small that you can barely see it, but if you look close enough, you know the smaller dots, that's the manga style. But this is what I had today. I didn't even think about that when I was preparing the supplies for this video, but I'll definitely have to spin the block and get that for the next video. Right now, I'm just adding the final touches until it is finished. voila, here is the finished product. I think it turned out pretty good, and honestly, like I said before, literally 5 seconds ago, my favorite part is the sausages. They just turned out so good, and the lines were so crisp. It was so much fun. And then of course I think that the girl is really cute too. I like the hatching on her boots and stuff, and her sweater. But that's all for today. If you like today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll get back to your comment. Thank you for watching.